Hello, welcome to my channel, AH for Truth. I'm here getting my air conditioner checked very early in the morning. Wonderful summer day. Okay, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about, the catalysts for XRP's rise to a 20 or 30x this year. Now, this is not financial advice, all right? You do your own research. I'm not telling you to go buy XRP, but I think that if I were to have the power to advise you, I would say grab XRP. Do whatever you can to stash up your portfolio. Anyway, long story short, you see, when you look at the rockets built by NASA or SpaceX or anything, ideally the rocket technology includes, an engine and what is called a nozzle. The nozzles explode. The reason for the explosion of the nozzles is to provide thrust to the rocket capsule so that it goes as far as possible up into outer space for whatever the heck they're looking for there. All right, exploration and all of that stuff. Okay, so now XRP has 4 or more catalysts. Let me see if I can remember the 4. I don't have notes. I'm just speaking from my, just from memory and some of the research I have done. And most of you have heard this before. Now, if you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, right? Maybe become a member. And if you have been watching me for a while, become a member too. Just join. It's $5.11. Be a member. I've also written books for those of you who are new to crypto. There's 2 books there. The first one is called Crypto Made Easy, and the second one is called Cryptocurrencies, the Future of Banking, Finance, and Value Transfer is Here. Download both of them. It'll help you read them, and it will give you a solid foundation to jump into crypto and do what needs to be done. All right, back to what I was talking about with respect to the rocket. So XRP has these catalysts that serve as nozzles, and I believe that they are all going to go off this year. I've been saying that I'm expecting a double-digit XRP price and a triple-digit by the end of the year. I know that, Jake Claver, who is very famous, done great things, very smart dude, has said that he's expecting like $700. That's his prediction for the end of the year for 1 XRP. And people are poo-pooing his prediction. Well, the guy knows what he's talking about. I don't know what number to put to it, but I don't know. I can't see how you are not going to get a 3-digit XRP. So let's look at the catalysts, the nozzles that are going to explode. All right. The first one that I would say is the end of the lawsuit. This lawsuit that's been there since December 2020. It's not completely and totally done with. Once that is done with, now I'm not saying this in order, but to my mind, that's one of the nozzles and probably the first one, right? And when that happens, the nozzle explodes, the rocket takes off. And you see XRP's price. That is why some people who are prophetic are saying, oh, they had dreams, they had visions, and they saw XRP just shoot up. Somebody said he saw it. Now, I can't validate what they've seen, but I respect what they are claiming, right? But I have not had that. I have had an experience where in my dream I saw XRP going up. It went up so many times. It's unbelievable. I saw a portfolio that I didn't know whose it was. I can't say it was mine, but I just saw that the value exploded several times than what it was worth. So I see that happening. Okay, I see that happening because as soon as the lawsuit is over, you will see many people who have been mocking, who have been like, oh, I don't believe, oh, just that by the sidelines, right? That would be FOMO. There'll be institutional FOMO. There'll be all kinds of, so it'll go up. But FOMO doesn't keep price up there, right? Because it's not real. All right. Then the second nozzle is the U.S. administration friendliness to crypto, right? The Trump administration is like, they're going to make America the crypto capital of the world. Now, you're talking about making a country that already has the largest GDP in the world as the crypto capital and has many cryptos that are leading, including XRP, including XLM. These two are American cryptos. XDC is a Singaporean crypto. When I say that, you know what I mean. They have an office in America, but they actually originated from Asia, right? So, but these three, I call them the trifecta. There's other cryptos I've talked about ETN, Wikicat, all of these. But when you look at these three, they will lead the way with the ISO crypto nation, in my own opinion. So that is the second nozzle. The fact that the government is fully behind this. Now people say, well, we don't want the government involved. Do you think Bitcoin was created by an angel that came down from heaven and then went back there, Angel Gabriel or something? You think the government is not involved? You think the National Security Agency is not involved? Let's just stop playing games. It's, oh, we're hiding. They know where you are. If they really need to look for someone, they'll find you. You just be upright, fear God. That's the Bible says that, this is the whole conclusion of the matter. Fear God and worship Him. That's it. Okay, so let's keep going. So number 3 nozzle, all right, is the adoption by institutions as well as everyday people. Look, there's so many people talking about crypto now that were not talking about crypto before, but it's still a tiny percentage of global population, all right? Very tiny, less than, I would say about 2%, okay, that are really engaged to some maybe $50 or $100 or something like that. But look at the way, in so short a time, XRP wallets have grown from 4 million to 6.7 million, heading towards 7 million. I haven't checked it this morning, but it's really going at a rapid pace. So that is the third nozzle, okay? That institutional adoption and all of this happening. But that won't happen until the fourth nozzle, which I should have called the third. And that is for November 25, when ISO 222 goes fully live. MT becomes MX. That is the language and all of the messaging standard that have been used by Swift since 1976. When Swift came into being in 1973, had a coexisting period between 1973 and 1976 with Telex. Now, for major technological upgrades and changes like that, you need what is called a coexisting phase. Now, if you go online and you search for cross-border payments reporting plus, CBR, cross-border payments, CBPR plus, if you go look for that, you would see that there's a coexisting period. It's on the Swift website. It's on the ISO 222 website. If you check Bank of America, if you check, all the major banks in the world, the central banks, you will see that there is a coexisting phase. The coexisting phase is similar to the coexisting phase that existed in 1973 to 1976 between Telex and Swift. And now there's a coexisting phase before one. I don't fully understand how Swift will be completely done away with. But I just know that there's a replacement of technology, right? And you have now rich technology that factors in all of the things that are required for this modern times that we're in. You need speed, you need scalability, you need, like the population of the world as it explodes, you need better systems to actually meet the need of humanity. It's all about meeting the needs of humanity. And so you need cheaper also. And XRP, XLM, XDC deliver the goods, cheaper. Now there's others I didn't mention. There's HBAR, there's Algorand, there's Cardano, there's IOTA. IOTA is massive. Like, you have to look into all of this. Then there's XPR, there's Corium. XPR is the cheapest one. It hardly ever gets mentioned, but it's also an ISO cryptocurrency. You can check that out too. Actually, on my in the description, I have a PDF on XPR that you can check if you want. Download it. It's now for a fee. It was free at first, but then you can research it and invest in that if you want. But again, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. If you are new to crypto, download the books that I have written that would help you. I put them together so that people can be informed. A gold rush is coming. As soon as people realize what is happening. USA Today wrote this, published an article from Motley Fool. People are like, oh, Motley Fool is not serious. They are this and that. They've got some things right over the years if you look at their history. And I think they got this one right also. I really believe so. Okay, that's all I have for you this morning. Again, for those of you who are interested in coming out to Canada for the cross-border immersion retreat, send me an email and I'll give you all the details, and you can grab your tickets sooner than later. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.